What's going on, everybody? It's Brandon from Escape the Rumors. We are in Brooklyn at the Escape Game, brand new location, and we're checking out their newest game, which is only offered in certain places, Cosmic Crisis. So be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know what to expect when you get over here. Follow me. Let's go.
Raise 'em up.
What's up, everybody? Brandon from Escape the Rumors. I am here with Alec, the general manager of the Escape Game location in Brooklyn. Alec, how are you?
Hello, Brandon. I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. So again, we're not in person, but we have met in person. It's just, he's such a busy guy. I had to pin him down for at least a video interview. Alec, so you're doing good over there at the new location?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Yeah, we just opened a few months ago, back in February, and it has been a great response. We've been so busy. We've had so many guests in just the first few months.
Yeah, and it's a great location. As you've just seen, we've just shown you some footages of like the food court, the area that they're located in, and a little bit of the lobby area. And if we keep this rolling, Alec might let me give you a sneak peek trailer of what it looks like from our perspective. You got to stay tuned for that. But before we get into all that, Alec, I got to ask you some questions. Wait, hold on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we need some intel from you from back in home base. All right, here we go. First question for you is, when did you open the Escape Game location in Brooklyn?
Yeah, so we opened last week of February here in 2024. So it's been about 5 months now. We are the 42nd location for the Escape Game. So we've been a company for about 10 years, and I started with our company back in 2020. So I've been with our company almost 5 years. In Brooklyn here, we've got 6 games, with Cosmic Crisis, one of our newest games, being honestly the most popular so far, I would say. I think it's a little bit more difficult than you might expect going in, but it is so much fun.
Yeah, and we've checked out the location. I unfortunately did not get to play yet, but Cece was there and she told me it was really great. And they have some good ones there. You can also have Gold Rush there. You have Prison Break.
Yeah.
What are the other games?
Yeah, we've got Gold Rush, Prison Break, Playground, The Depths, Timeliner, and Cosmic Crisis. So nice. Wow. 6 games, 3 of our kind of original games, and then 3 newer ones with a bit more technology in there.
Yeah, all you need is ruins and you have like all the best.
Exactly.
So now, Alec, is Cosmic Crisis, you said, is one of the more popular ones. Is it because it's the new game, or is it because of the theming? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's a mix of both. We've got a lot of returning players who've played all of our games previously over in Manhattan or over in our New Jersey location. And this is the first Cosmic Crisis that's over in the Northeast. So I think it's really exciting. We get a lot of players that are coming that have played all our games. So that's kind of what's drawing people in. But it is also just a big immersive video game, almost. And so we're getting a lot of gamers that are coming out that maybe have never played an escape room, but they've seen this one advertised as a big immersive game. And I think that's really drawing people in too. It's also got a pretty unique theme. Like, you and I have both played a lot of escape rooms in our time, and I've never played one where you're trying to defeat a black hole, destroy a black hole. So I think that unique theming is also kind of drawing people in.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I can't speak from experience, but hopefully soon I can.
Yes,
But
soon.
no, definitely. And I love the sci-fi theme, and I feel like the escape game always like they take something that people are familiar with, but then they twist it and make it a little bit more unique than what it is. But people are still very invested in figuring out what that is. Um, Thank you for sharing that. Now, you
Absolutely.
mentioned that you've been with the escape game for a while. What other location did you start with before coming over to Brooklyn?
Yeah, so I started with our company back in 2020 in Chicago. I'm originally from the Chicago area, and so I was going to college downtown Chicago and got hired right as I was leaving school. And then COVID hit about 2 weeks after I got hired. So it was a bit of a whirlwind with a new job, and then we weren't in store. So I was there for about a month after, sorry, about a year after we came back from COVID. Then I went and worked in our Pigeon Forge location in
Mhm.
Tennessee. I was there for a summer and then moved to New York City and was over in our Manhattan store for about 2 years. And then last year, just did a small temporary stint in Columbus while one of our managers was having a child. So
Wow.
I've been all over. Been at 5 locations now over 4.5 years.
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations on being the general manager of the Brooklyn
Thank you.
location. As the general manager, is there any advice you could share for future general managers or other people in the industry right now that are, working?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give is you've got to hire a team that cares about your mission and cares about your guests. We can have really great products, really great games, but if we don't have a great team that genuinely cares, the product is just going to be that,
Mhm.
just a cool game to play. Probably the feedback I get the most from our guests that come in is like, oh wow, you have such a great team here working. Like we come back just to talk with the person at the front desk, or we have requested the same game guide over and over because we really loved that interaction so much. So I really would say my advice is just spend a little bit of extra time to find those right people before you even open.
Right. Yeah, that personal experience, that personal touch definitely helps,
Absolutely.
especially as a game master, because game masters can literally make or break a game and or take a game to a new level. Speaking of game mastering, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna ask that question. That's very important. We need that intel. Yep, I'm about to ask him right now. Okay, this is an important one. Back in the headquarters wants to know. All right, so while game mastering, is there something that you've seen players do in the room while watching them on the camera that was crazy, wow, funny, stupid? Any story you'd like to share?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, the one that's coming into mind just happened a couple of weeks ago. We get lots and lots of families that will come in, especially being in downtown Brooklyn, right in the food hall here. We get lots of families that are coming out for lunch or dinner. And sometimes families will come over and over again and play all of our games. And so I was able to game guide for this family of three. It was two young kids, maybe like 8 or 9 years old, and their dad. And I had seen them in our store before, but I hadn't actually gotten the chance to run a game for them. And so they were actually coming to play Cosmic Crisis. So this is
Hmm.
perfect. And I started their game. The kids were like maybe the most energetic I've ever seen any kids. It was awesome. And they also both had very unique shirts, very unique backpacks. We had like collected all of these things from them and had written all these notes. And we're like, we've got to do something really exciting for this family. We've seen them come back. And immediately, these kids were solving puzzles like you and I. It's like they had
Ooh.
played hundreds of escape rooms, and they were like 8 years old. And so it was. I was like, they're going to make it out in like record time. So we knew we wanted to do something really special for them, but they were also just flying through the game. So we were working quick. I ran up to Target, had someone else sit on the game for a few minutes. Target is right upstairs in the City Point here, and we were able to piece together that the backpack that the little girl was wearing was from this YouTuber who does crafts of like squishmallows. And so we got her
Hmm.
this huge squishmallow that matched her backpack and brought it down for her. And the little boy was wearing a Super Mario shirt and a Super Mario backpack. And so I got him some Mario and Bowser like figurines. And when they
Wow.
escaped, I think they had like 12 minutes left on the clock, which when you come play, you'll realize that's quite a bit of time for some younger guests. I came in basically with my arms full of these presents, and they like grabbed them out of my hands. It was like Christmas morning, and I was honestly like it was really overwhelming for me to see how excited they were, but in such a beautiful way. Like they had crushed the game, and then we were able to surprise them with such a fun thing. The dad was like over the moon appreciative, and still was trying to talk to me about the game because he loved it so much, while the kids were just trying to talk to me about the presents. So it was a really wonderful experience.
Wow, 8 and 9. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and Cosmic Crisis, like I haven't played it yet, just looking at it, and it looks like a beast. So I'm quite impressed in what you just told me.
Yes. I'm excited for you to play, Brandon.
Yeah, and again, hopefully I get you, or I'm sure one of your game masters will definitely.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Awesome. Okay, so because you're a new company, I'm not sure if you have any, but is there any updates you'd like to share? Because I know you're fairly new and there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, so not necessarily any updates here in Brooklyn, but as a company, the Escape Game just launched our 44th location over in California. So I know we're still growing. So we just opened in Orange, and we've got a great team out there. They've got 6 games, including Cosmic Crisis, so you can now go play that over in Cali. And we also opened a new version of Ruins Forbidden Treasure, which has only been in Nashville. It's now going to be in Pigeon Forge. So you can play still in Tennessee, but you can play a little bit of a newer kind of modified version, which I've heard is equally as epic.
Okay. Well, just a little background. We played the Ruins remote version, and that already was incredible. So that's why I'm always like, oh my God, Ruins in person. Got to check it out.
It's awesome. I haven't gotten to play in Pigeon Forge, but whenever I make it back there, I'm excited to try it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing the update. All right. So got to ask you, it's probably one of the harder questions during this interview. Yeah, I know. I want to know too. Sorry, hold on. Yep, I'm going to find out right now. Should we ask him? Okay, yep. Okay. All right. More intel for us. Okay, so first thing I want to know is, you said you played a lot of escape rooms. What is your number?
Yeah, I'm currently at 129.
Wow. Okay, that's a decent amount for somebody who's usually at a location, rarely has time to get out.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First one is going to be, well, I want to know what games stood out for you, but one within the company and then one outside of the Escape Game. Doesn't have to be your favorite. I know that's a hard question, but any shout out you'd like to give, we truly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will have an answer for you, but before I give that answer, it will be remiss if I don't mention how absolutely exciting and amazing our Playground game is. That is probably the most fun I've had in any escape room I've ever played, although I don't think it's my favorite one, but I just have to give that a little shout out. The one that really stands out to me the most at the Escape Game is our Sabotage game, which is also only in Nashville. What stands out is that it is a competitive-based escape room. So it really does kind of fit into our verbiage of escape game. It really is a game as opposed to a room you are trying to escape from. But what's really cool is that you're able to, it's in the name, sabotage the other group that you are playing against. And you're in like a big white room, and things are popping out of the walls and coming out of the ceiling and stuff like that. So it's just such a unique experience. I cannot stress enough how much everyone should play that. Anytime people come into Brooklyn, I'm like, go to Nashville, play Sabotage. Yep. It's so cool. So
and that game came out a while ago, right? When did that
we've had that, I want to say, since 2018, maybe 2017. Yeah. So it's been a while. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, before you give the other one, if you guys who are watching this right now have a game that stood out for you, please type it in the comment section below, because not only is it a great referral from you guys for other people to check out, it's for people who don't know. Like, so you're dropping some gems for people who are watching this who don't know about these companies or these games. All right, but Alec, one outside of the Escape Game that stood out for you?
Yes. So I would say my favorite escape room that I have ever played, got this game called Storm Surge. Mine Trap.
Mind Trap, yes.
Mind Trap.
We just
yes.
played Storm Surge.
Nice,
Go ahead.
nice. But yes, Mind Trap. They've got some really, really awesome games. But Storm Surge stands out to me as one of the most just like epic games I've ever played. You're on a ship. You're trying to repair the ship, get out from the storm that is approaching, and the whole set. I mean, all of their games are in this huge warehouse, and so they've got the space to just do really cool stuff. And so in Storm Surge specifically, I remember there was a puzzle at the beginning that we had seen in another escape room we played like a week before. And so we went and tried to do a similar thing with that puzzle, and it was wrong. And so we were like, is the puzzle broken? Are we broken? And so it was a same puzzle, but a completely different way of solving it. And so that was really cool because it kind of flipped us on our heads. And then once we got into that second room, there's like... But it was just the coolest game I think I've ever played. So I haven't been back for their new, I think they have a vampire game they released, and maybe one more that I haven't gotten to play. So when I'm back in Chicago, that's where I'll be headed.
During our road trip escape through 10 states, we did play 4 games there. One of them was Storm Surge, the infamous Mafia Heist.
Yes.
Vampires and the Collector, and you guys can click this link right up here. Oops, sorry, right up there for a sneak peek inside of those rooms. And I got to speak with the owners. Yeah, check that video out. Also, we do have an exclusive trailer from our experience playing Playground, which you mentioned earlier. You can click that link up there and check that out as well. Alec, thank you so much for those shout outs. Shout out to those companies. But I have one question left for you. Something that most people do not know about you outside of the escape game. Do you have a hidden talent, a hobby, anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, listen, I wish I had some hidden talents. I don't think I have anything like that, but I will say the hobby that I usually share that I think a lot of people don't necessarily know about me is I am a huge fan of live music. So I'm at probably a concert or some form of live music once a week, if not more than once a week. Last year, I went to over 70 concerts and 3 music festivals. So yeah, I am a huge fan of live music. I think it's a great way to make connections, just chatting with everyone in the crowd. Everyone, is there for a good time, not a long time. And so it is always such a wonderful energy. And I've met so many people actually who are obsessed with escape rooms just through conversation at these live music festivals. So that is, I think that's probably the thing that stands out the most about me outside of the escape game.
Right. What is the last concert you went to, or the last artist that you've seen?
Yeah, the last show I was at was actually last weekend. Their name is Zed's Dead. They are more of electronic music, but they take their name from Pulp Fiction. So they bring a lot of stuff in. It was a really, really cool show right here in Brooklyn.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're in New York City. There's definitely a lot of live concerts going on.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for answering our questions. You guys check out our website, escapetheroomers.com, so you know what we thought of Cosmic Crisis. And also, do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see these sneak peeks inside of some of these rooms, these great conversations I get to have with the people behind the scenes, and what the lobby looks like when you get there. And there's a food court there in Brooklyn. We tried some of the restaurants there, and they were amazing. So make sure you carve out some extra time to get something to eat before you get in there. And make it on over to the Escape Game in Brooklyn. Peace out.